Okay, so I've watched anime about horse girls that race, and anime about an all-girls zombie idol group, and an anime where a guy gets stabbed and gets reincarnated in another world as a slime. There's even an anime where a girl goes after an evil organization wearing only a mask, gloves, boots, and a scarf. However, the anime we're going to be talking about today isn't like any of that. It's an anime about making pottery mugs. Yes, this anime is about pottery. That is apparently a thing now. So, as usual, I have to remind everyone that this video may contain some spoilers for the episode. So, if you aren't about that, then please go check out the episode first and then come back and watch this. Okay, so this is an all-new slice of life series based on the manga by Osamu Kashiwara. And it was featured in the Manga Cross magazine, which has run since 2012 and has now been adapted by Nippon Animation. The series is about Himeno Toyokawa and her father, who move from Tokyo back to his hometown after he goes kind of bankrupt, and he opens up a coffee shop or cafe or something. In her class introduction, Himeno pitches her father's shop and some of the handcrafted glazed mugs that will be featured if they go and have some coffee. As it happens, there's only 3 things that this town is kind of known for: eels, kappa, and pottery. And by kappa, I mean Kappa Legends. It's also there that she meets the eccentric and probably my favorite character of the episode, Mika Kukuri, and she eventually finds herself in the school's pottery club. The girls there are fascinated by the mugs and easily recognize them as being the work of master pottery maker Himena Tokigawa and former club member. Naturally, the club wigs the blatant F out when they learn that she's Himeno's mother and excitedly want to meet their pottery hero. Of course, it's revealed that she had passed on several years earlier. Now, intrigued by the pottery making process and possibly because it was something that her mother did, Himeno asks to give wheel throwing a try, and they let her attempt making a simple bowl, which goes well until she tries to correct it slightly and it kind of goes to fudge. But just so you know, I was totally tempted to add the Unchained melody to this scene, but YouTube would have come to my house and killed me with the sharp and pointy end of a copyright claim. Himeno is asked if she wants to join the pottery club, and of course feels conflicted about it. She knows her father is struggling with a cafe business and she wants to help him out, but that evening she decides to sort of tease the idea, with the whole, I can still help out at the cafe and do this other club activity. And they're like, whoa, what club do you want to do? Well, naturally, I was thinking about joining the pottery club. And he goes all sullen and leaves the table. So he has to go have a quiet moment at the family shrine for Himeno's mother. And he blurts out some stuff about, I always thought this day might come. Seriously? He eventually agrees, wishing Himeno success, and the episode wraps up nice and warm and cuddly from there. I gotta say, this was a very interesting episode for a few reasons. First of all, this is probably the first time I've seen an anime about something like pottery, and I'm really intrigued now about where this series is going to go with this. Is this going to do like Laid Back Camp did with camping? And in the way that Laid Back Camp sort of walked us through the camping procedures, is this show going to give us some practical lessons on how to make with the pottering? Yeah, question mark. The other thing that kind of caught me off guard was the lack of elitism in this episode. Normally, when you have a person come into a thing like this, they are either some prodigy that's following in their parents' footsteps, or they're really good at it, and maybe they quit because of some past trauma or some conflict at a previous school, and then they get roped into it against their will because this new club just needs this star to shine really brightly for them. Or you have the carefree kid that has no clue about how any of this works, and on a whim, just an absolute whim, decides that they want to try something new and interesting. And of course, the veteran pro-level members of whichever club they decide to join are all uppity, and they're like, you're just in this because you want to have fun. This is not about having fun. You're supposed to be serious and wear the serious face. I've been doing this for 28 years as a student, and until they're, eventually shown that this person has the right stuff. That's kind of where I was expecting this to go. I mean, I was kind of expecting her to go into this pottery club and the veteran club member be like, you got to take pottery making more serious than this. It's an art. You can't just this is not where you're supposed to have fun, because you don't join after school clubs for fun. You join them for the seriousness of it, according to most anime. And of course, that could be because that's a sports anime, and this is about making pottery mugs. Anyway, I was impressed that this didn't have any of that nonsense. Instead of some kind of bullyish pottery master wailing on the noob, we have someone that actually took time to sit them down and give them some hands-on instruction. I was very happy about that. The strangest thing, though, with this episode was when the dad goes off to sulk in the other room after the Himeno says that she wants to join the pottery club. I was kind of confused by that. I mean, maybe I wasn't reading the scene right, but he was behaving as if pottery was what killed his wife. I mean, what's the actual F? I always knew this day would come. Oh, seriously? I mean, it's not like his wife was involved in some kind of dangerous occupation, like being a samurai or a ninja or a demolition expert that blasted mountains or raised We're talking about lumps of clay here, okay? I was imagining all kinds of horrible pottery-related battles and deaths before it was, explained, sort of, that she let her creativity and her drive for making pottery. It's not funny. She let her creativity drive her to poor health. And in Japan, we all know that a harsh case of the sniffles will kill you dead. So throwing herself into her work was essentially a death wish on her part, I guess. Either way, this was a fun, interesting, albeit very different bit of anime. And yeah, it's also a half-length series. So each episode is about 15 minutes in length. Take that how you will. You can find it streaming over at Crunchyroll. But I'm curious to know what you think of this crazy new pottery anime. Have you had a chance to watch it yet? Will you be watching it? I'd love to get your take on it. So yeah, go to the comments, leave some opinions about this pottery show. I really want to know. I want to know that I'm not alone in watching this thing. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Be sure to click the like button. And if you'd like to see more, hit subscribe. Shout out to my patrons for making this video possible. And I'd like to give a salute to the members of the Gruz Gang over at my Twitch channel. Your donations and subscriptions has helped me keep doing what I love. If you'd like to help contribute, you can make a pledge on my Patreon page, or if you'd prefer, you can make a donation directly to me through PayPal. I'll take that money, I'll get a coffee, and I'll get right back to work making more videos like this one. I have links to all of that in the description section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Keep being awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next video.